What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the final regular season episode of the Guys of Texas. First, before we get into everything, I want to thank our sponsor, Last Stand Hats. Make sure you go to laststandhats.com. Today's the last day. $20 hats. Get 20 of the hats. All the hats are $20. Laststandhats.com. Don't need a promo code. Don't need nothing. Just go to laststandhats.com. Pick your hats out, and they're all $20 each. That ends today. Go to laststandhats.com. Thank you guys on TikTok for joining us. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you're smashing the heart button as you join in. We'll get to you guys here in just a little bit. If you're joining on YouTube, Twitch, thank you so much. We appreciate everyone joining. It's been a long day for me. Apparently, I just decided to go on San Antonio radio 94.1. If you happen to listen to radio still, Mr. Stephen Foster invited me out to join his podcast or his radio show, Laying Down the Law. So I spent the morning doing that, talking about college football, talking about NFL, first time on radio.
Awesome, man.
A little nerve wracking, boys. It was a little nerve wracking, but it was fun. He did it. He did it right. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. I'll post. I think I can post a link on our website, guysofTexas.com. If you haven't done so yet, go to guysofTexas.com. I'll post it on there so you guys can listen to it if you want to. Boys, Texas defeats Texas A&M 27-17. We were there live. What a sweet game. DKR was loud for the first time I've heard it in a very long time. As we said, for big games, they show up. You give them something to cheer about, they're definitely going to show up. So I will start with you, Seth, since we were not together in the stadium. We were in separate areas. What was your experience of the game, the atmosphere, all that?
Dude, it was wild, man. I still always think, somebody's going to have to go crazy to beat the West Virginia game that I've always said was the loudest experience I've ever happened. But that was second. Everybody from the second we got in the stadium all the way through, it was wild. Somehow I woke up with a voice. I don't know how. Halfway through the game, I had lost a couple octaves, but they came back by the next morning. But yeah, dude, the vibe, the whole atmosphere was incredible. I thought it was really funny. I was hearing from Aggies that talking about like the production of our game experience and everything, which I guess I'll take as a compliment. I felt like they were saying it as a negative, but
I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a real class act. I thought they finally got the notes on the playlist. They were really bumping in there, and dude, just all night. What a night! It was so much fun. The tailgate all the way through the game. It was wonderful.
Yeah, dude, it was electric. It's like you said, it's been a while since we've seen DKR hopping like that, dude. It was, as soon as you got in that stadium, you could just feel the buzz. Perfect weather for a game. A lot of A&M fans there for sure. A lot of confident A&M fans in the stadium to start the game. Dude, it was a blast of a game. It was rocking the entire time. I know me and TJ by halftime were struggling with our voice. We were screaming our lungs out, man. So, dude, it was one of those games that you're definitely always going to remember. It was a special game for sure.
You know
what happens when you're back in the crib?
Yeah.
Back in the crib, bro.
On the way out, that is back in the crib, and you thought this was a game, was all I heard the rest of the night. I enjoyed it. I was a little curious today whether or not we'd see the haters in this chat, and sure enough, they are flooding in, boys. They are flooding in. I see you in the chat. I appreciate you chatting it up in there. A lot of people that don't know what they're talking about, but we'll get to a little bit. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Before I start talking about my atmosphere, I saw a couple of them. Guns up, better than gig 'em, better than horns up. Go eat tortillas. Texas football is trash, says John. I hope you're an Aggie or an OU fan. Either one, beat that ass. John, A&M let Texas win just to see them cry about the playoffs. You're right. All those Aggie fans that were at that football game really thought that they just let us win. First of all, we'll talk about that. I got some stuff to pop off on about that football game. Who has more top 10 wins, Texas or Tech? James in there fighting these guys in here. The last question I see, Royalty. Would you rather beat both of your rivals and miss the playoffs, or lose to both and make the playoffs? the games are what they were. We can't play them for them. Would I rather win? If you guaranteed me a championship, sure. If you can guarantee that to make the playoffs. Otherwise, beating that ass is so good. We enjoy it. We enjoy it. You can sit home all you want. You'll be on the couch sooner or later. I can promise you that, because there is a lot of talent coming into this college football projection. A lot with a lot of non-talent going in there too. And we'll talk about that. So, all right.
I mean, yeah, I was pretty defeated and depressed going into this game, but that's all gone now.
Yep.
Man. I'm cured. I'm happy. Oh well.
Yeah. There ain't anything in this chat that's going to say that's going to get me all fired up, because I mean, I just don't care. Does it suck that 3 of the teams that we beat are going to be in there more than, well, actually, no, one of them's not. But I mean, you've got OU, A&M, and Vandy up ahead. So I don't know. We'll talk about that. But as far as the atmosphere goes, I love the atmosphere. I mean, we got the voice of the Inside Stadium, Mr. Jonathan Sanford, in there doing his thing. He was on TikTok Live before the game. I saw that. That was pretty cool. It was the first time I've actually had service to be able to see that in the stadium. So that was a cool thing. But they set up lights everywhere. I was disappointed they didn't do Jenga Walker live the second time around. So something must have happened on the practice round that they didn't do that, because you could tell they were teeing that up. But
I was debating apparently the beers were flowing, because I was debating last night if Django performed live or not. That he did.
No, he did not.
I was like, no, dude, he did. And then I had to look at it. I was like, crap, how much did I drink?
Yeah, the sales were through the roof during that game for both sides of the football, for sure. But I mean, the amount of lights they brought in, the production, that drone show was sick. We could only see a little portion of it, but my God, that is a cool atmosphere to have. Texas does it right, and they do it in the right way. So like Georgia, we talked about, has all this light show and everything, but that's one part of it. You got to make it all make sense. And for me, being able to play Mo Bamba, our song, A&M, that's our song, to be clear. Being able to play that for the Aggies to try and get all hype and figure out, like, oh, hey, we're singing about a Longhorn. Sorry about you. But we did have fans around us. All the fans were cordial. All the Aggies, of course. One of them happened to be right down the street from me. Happened to be a neighbor, apparently. And we start talking, and A&M hates Arch. I see you squinting to try and read some of this, and I just recommend.
Who is Polar Knights?
Polar Knights. Let me see where we at. Oh,
on
here we
YouTube
go.
Or Twitch.
As always, I love this show. It is every stage of beard growth. Thanks, Seth, for trying to get a beard. I'm not sure who that is, but that's Twitch comment of the year right now.
Came out of nowhere.
Twitch comment of the year. That's a solid one. Buddy the Bulldog, I see you in there. Brandon Wilson says go Ohio State also. Good luck. Good luck with your stuff, because you boys had to be sweating a little bit in that football game y'all played, but I digress. But as far as the Aggies, they hate Arch. They think Arch is the worst football player of all time. Like, they say he's not accurate. He's just not a good quarterback. And we said, okay. They started chanting Marcel Reed during Eyes of Texas and all this. Like, the A&M fans, we were right by the fan section with the band and everything, and they were loud. I will give them props to that. They were loud. For sure. But they have this, I don't know. It's just that hate. Like, we could both love Dr. Pepper, but because the Longhorns are sponsored by Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper's the worst drink of all time. Like, it's causing cancer. It's doing all this. Like, that's how A&M fans view everything. And Arch showed him a little bit. Now, first half, he wasn't that great, but he wasn't making mistakes that he needed. Like, he kept control of the football, and if he's throwing the football, he's not throwing it to where it's going to get in trouble. I loved the way Arch controlled this football game, especially in the second half. Everyone's saying he's still not accurate, blah, blah, blah. Everyone, meaning Aggies. The lob into the end zone to Wingo. My opinion, he's making sure that defender doesn't have any shot. I mean, I know it doesn't look like it from the first view that they show, but if you look at the down the field view, there is a defender just floating right there. And so the fact that he was able to get the ball where he needed to be able to catch it, and the fact that Wingo, I mean, the hardest part was Wingo catching the football. because
Yeah, don't see the view from the end zone.
Yeah.
That view that was facing out. Him having to make that adjustment was incredible, man. Wingo
Dude, that
snagged
was
that
right in
one.
front of
That
my
was crazy.
face, man.
I was about to say that was like right there by you, Seth. Yeah, that was an
I
incredible
was like,
catch.
I had to like stand up on the bench and look over like to see if he like stayed in. Yeah.
Yeah, Texas did struggle again with catching footballs again in the first half, but figured out a way to make it happen. And Seth, who was the main offensive guy for Texas again this game? There's only
Wisner.
yeah,
Wisner.
155.
Just like John
yards.
always said, we need a run game, man.
The one time I didn't say it and I didn't preach it going into the game, I should have stuck with my guns. It's the last game of the year, and look at me.
I mean, to be
I
fair,
should
you
have
did
believed in
say
Wisner.
it. You did say it at the
I did.
podcast, but I also was like,
But I didn't really believe it like I did all season, man. And he showed up again. I don't know what it is about the bigger games against OU, against Texas A&M. He just continually shows up in those games, and it's like, man, if we could have just had this run game all year. But yeah, huge game from Wisner.
it's Texas. When it started happening, Texas just started able to just move the football a little bit on the ground. I said, do not let us do that. Do not let us have a running game. That's all I kept saying in that first couple plays in that second half. It was like, this is over if you start letting this happen. And Wisner, again, for whatever reason, loves to run all over A&M. And Arch running the football as well. Like, Arch was big in that football game. Not just throwing the football, but also running. They say, oh, he's got the skills like his uncles. Well, his uncle doesn't have, they don't have the legs like Arch does. And I think the scramble ability and all that is really coming to now. And Arch is next year's going to be good, boys. Next year's going to be good.
Yeah, we hadn't seen a designed run like that in a while, probably since Mississippi State game. I don't know, like that was for sure a designed play for him to run. And man, he found that gap, one missed tackle, and he's sneaky athletic, dude. Sneaky fast.
Sneaky. He can truck somebody too if he wants to.
Hey, Duck, I got a question. I see it says y'all will look great in the Mayo Bowl. I got a question. Are you an Aggie? I want to know, because if you are, and I know there's a lot of Aggies doing. I see, there's another Arch about to be Cheese at Bowl MVP. I know how the Aggies know all these bowl names because it's the only damn bowl games they've ever been able to get into. I can tell you that right now. So you can keep talking that trash all you want, but the only reason y'all know is because y'all got placards all in all these bowls. We're going to go to one of these bowl games. We're going to see A&M just plastered all across this because you can't make it any big games. You're naming the bowl games that you show up to. So y'all can sit down and shut up. All right? This is our time. This is our time. All right. Defensive
night.
Dude, someone's going to text us and be like, I created an account just to do all this.
Starting to understand why they say everything's bigger in Texas looking at Jono.
What's funny is he's the smallest one out of all of us. Like, that's the best part. Yeah, Cameron does a lot of things. Defensive-wise, though, defense stepped up. There was a couple guys that filled in the spot of Anthony Hill.
Oh, for sure, man. For sure. Seeing the way that defense really just the bend but don't break, especially in that fourth quarter, was huge, man. And seeing Taft get that interception to seal it there at the end, there's nothing sweeter than that. Taft deserved that after the career he's had at Texas, man. There's nobody more deserving to clinch that than seeing him get that at the end of the game. That was just the cherry on top.
What a way to end it. I mean, I talked about it in like when we were doing the pregame show, that the updates were saying that Anthony Hill wasn't going to play, and like that was a real pause for concern for me. Like, especially with A&M having the running season that they've had, I'm like, oh no, this could really be like the hinge thing that puts them over the top. And thank goodness that we were able to pivot to Anthony Smith coming back in the second half, and like we were able to handle it, which was a great surprise to see that we had depth that could fill in. So. It didn't break us.
I mean, LaFau stepping up was so big. I mean, he had 11 tackles for the game.
Leading tackler, right?
Yep, leading tackler. Solo tackles was Jelani McDonald with 6 solo tackles. Like, Jelani McDonald stepped up. Kobe Black was a name that we hadn't really spoke about this season a lot. And for him to step up with that interception, Ethan Burke with 9 total tackles, 3 of them solo, 1 half tackle for loss. Michael Taft.
Dude, Ethan Burke was all over the place. He was all that dude. That senior night got him, dude. That senior night got him. He was pumped. I hadn't seen him play with that kind of motor all season, man. He was all over the field.
What was Cassius? What's his number? Because I was told I was going to see him all in the backfield, and I barely.
I think I saw him on his butt more than anything in the game, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of pancakes in that game, dude.
I just making sure that we put out a Amber Alert or anything on that. Need to make sure.
Gooseby had a day.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, Gooseby had a day. Woo!
Yeah, the video of him just getting thrown on the ground was just great. I think he's on here. Let's see. Oh yeah, he had 3 total tackles, 1 solo tackle. Okay, good job. He did show up. You guys were right. That was the guy we got to worry about. So, A&M fans, if you're joining this chat, you're in the wrong one right now. I don't care. I'm going to let you have it. The field goal kicks, like at the beginning of the game, I was like, boys, this is going to be a problem. That wind was howling and swirling. I thought that was going to be the biggest problem game. I thought it was going to end up coming down to a kick that's going to blow out to the right side just because everything was blowing. It was weather felt good, but that was
but also, I mean, when it started sprinkling, I was like, oh no, it's going to turn into one of those games. But thankfully, it held off.
Yeah. I am curious, how much did A&M try and pay the refs for the first half? I don't think they were able to afford both halves, but that first half, my God, 2 pass interference, missed calls, that face mask, the phantom face mask call. There was a whole lot of that. We don't have to talk about it.
I can watch the face mask. I like in person. I thought it was bullshit, but I went back and rewatched it. I was like,
did he
okay,
grab it? Because we only saw one angle.
You can have it.
Okay.
The first down that went for review, I think it was the second half of the game.
Yeah.
Dude, there's nothing you can do. Correct. There's nothing you can do. Are you kidding me? They had multiple camera angles and come back and like, dude, okay. You see the 100 sticking out of your pocket?
Yeah. Yeah. And then, we were asking the A&M fans that were next to us how much they paid them. And then all of a sudden they tried to reverse that at the end. And then they're saying apparently the turf is a problem because their Lord and Savior Marcel almost got fully injured. And so let's
rolling his own ankle.
Let's cry about something else. Exactly. Was untouched. Let's cry about the surface. So.
Dude, they had chances. A&M had chances there in that fourth quarter twice with those drives, and both of those throws, man, from Marcel Reed, like especially the one to Taft. Where are you going with it, dude? You're scared you're about to get popped in the face, and you throw off your back foot. The other one, you're just trying to throw it into a window that's not there. Nothing sweeter than seeing him collapse the way he did. Not going to be in New York. He tried everything he could, but. Dude made the mistakes for his team at the end of the game to cost him.
That I was watching that PFF football podcast, and they said that with a clean pocket, I think his PFF was 45, around there, with a clean pocket. 25% passes that were just errant. That's the Heisman quarterback you guys were asking for. That's the same one you saw against South Carolina. The problem is South Carolina decided to collapse. So you're lucky you're even in the playoff talk right now, to be honest, because South Carolina.
You're not that guy, pal.
That would have been even sweeter to just bury them out of the playoffs altogether. And honestly, that would have probably moved us in at that point. So, what else on the football game? Big game for Sark. Big game for Sark. Like, I was worried about this. I was like, man, if it comes down to like one play, the Sark haters are going to be out. Now they're all quiet. And as a matter of fact, Sark decided to go after the game and start firing it off himself at C.J. Vogel, which I thoroughly loved that. That was
I loved that, dude.
That was perfect for you. I was shocked that he did that.
Yeah, I mean, when you sit there and that's your only, like, I see reporters coming out trying to defend C.J. and start to go after Sark, and that's his job. No, it's not. He covers this football team. He doesn't cover other football teams. He has the press pass for a reason to cover the football team. If you think one thing, that's fine. But you are the thermometer of the fan base. let's get them hype a little bit and not give them more foul taste in the mouth before a football game. Like it just, and I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But I love the fact that Sark just went right after him and then tried to make a joke about it.
Dude, I just keep seeing the same comment from different people over here. Where's your playoff spot? On the couch? Okay, cute.
Yeah,
This is your first time going to the playoff, right?
Yeah. They're giving all the comments they've always been given.
Yeah.
It's great. They're learning.
Still haven't made the SEC championship, huh?
Okay. I have another question for you, Aggies. I have another question. So the chair thing doesn't work. Do you guys know about the chair?
Yeah, Tommy Moffitt or whatever his name is.
Well, so no, they bring this chair because what I saw was that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Aggie fans, this is the chair that Elko threw at the Notre Dame game, and that's what turned everything around. And so now it's a big joke, and so they bring this chair out because Elko got fired up and pulled a Bobby Knight and threw it, yelling at the football team. So if the chair doesn't work, are you guys taking the door off the press conference room now and taking that to the playoffs with you to start slamming that around? Because that was the problem, was the press conference door being opened over again. Is that what we're bringing? I don't know. I could go all day right now, boys. I've got them just locked and loaded. So yeah, keep it up. Let's yeah. Y'all look like y'all drank too much. John Davis. Check.
I mean, fair.
Check.
Dude, Alco was fuming with that video at the end of the game, and that just bled straight into the press conference. Can we just have a professional? That was just bleeding over. Yeah. He was fuming. He was fuming from the video at the end of the game. You know he was. And
I could not believe Del Conte let that happen. Like, I loved it. I thought it was hilarious, but I did not think Del Conte would let that type of troll happen on field.
That might be a senior production person just sliding that in, but like, it's the last home game of the year, can't hold anything back, and just slid it right in.
I loved it.
Did y'all see the ball boy, the Aggie ball boy, have to go get the football out of Bevo's bucket?
Yeah, poop bucket.
It's like, bro, that's hazing 101. Like, what? But to be fair, I'm sure I think they have. Do you have doggy bags for your dog? Maybe they'll put a football in a doggy bag and do the same thing. I don't know. I wonder how the dog watched the football game from the couch. Do you think that affected this football game? Like I said,
I haven't heard anybody blame it on that yet.
I got them all in the chamber right now, and I'm firing them all off. Thank you guys for helping us out. That must be a Georgia guy. You're welcome. Everyone's in here saying no playoff for you. You think we're good?
In there.
We're good.
We'll be back.
I mean, it's win season. We'll be fine.
Making the 14 playoff was a lot sweeter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know about that.
Yeah, that definitely wouldn't be. Yeah, they would be out. They would be out at this point for that, for sure. So, A&M has been sitting on the casting couch since they joined the SEC. Yeah, this is getting good. Copium. They just keep screaming copium. Here we go. Sark almost got too conservative too early. That's how they were blowing games his first season at UT. So I thought about this today also. I mean, old Texas days, we're the ones ahead and then losing the football game at the end of the game. This year has been a lot of reverse. This year has been a lot of being conservative and coming up with a game plan. And Sark did a good job pretty much all season for the SEC schedule, minus Florida. But even Florida a little bit coming back. But being able to game plan in the second half and make those comebacks happen. Like I everyone wants to give Sark all the trash in the world. And if he would have lost this game, they definitely would have all been at his head. But you got to give a little credit to Sark. Like, everyone went at him after the Kentucky game, saying he shouldn't be offensive play caller anymore, and he started putting up points right after that. So, congrats to Sark on finishing that season out strong. And who knows? Yeah. We'll see. Barbecuey, Poppy, what's up, man? I see you in the chat. How we doing? Want to fill me up? Hey, did you ever figure out if your bass player? He said his bass player got beat up because he was talking trash at the game. Apparently, did you ever figure out if that was true or not? What's your thoughts on Barbecuey? Is JT and the Blacktop? I believe it still is. Plays in the band that Mark played bass in after that the game a few weeks
I got
ago.
you.
So yeah. So O-line, someone's asking. I mean, we're gonna go to the transfer portal next year. I mean, we're gonna have to. We're losing a couple of the guys that actually stepped up this year, so we're definitely gonna have to do that. I know recruit wise, recruiting has gone well. Recruiting across the board, there's been a lot of flips for Texas in the last couple of weeks. I haven't been able to keep up with a bunch of that with everything else going on, but recruiting for Texas has been going well also. Sark, and just before, let's just get this out of the way. Sark ain't going nowhere. Okay.
What I was gonna say earlier when we were talking, that's one of the highlights for me was watching Sark celebrate after the game. Like everybody's been Desmond Howard throwing him under the bus, saying he's leaving, all the rumors that he's leaving, and then watching him like come out and celebrate with the team the way that he did. I thought that was really cool, and ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it's Arch handing that.
He ain't no Kiffin.
No, and yeah, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Anything else from the football game, and we'll move on. Is he needing a new bass player? Yeah, actually, it was. He did, and now has an assault charge. Oh God! Right then, yikes! What a wild night. So Mark is now trying to get a bass gig. So that's perfect. All right. See, look, we're bringing people together right now. Anything else on the football game? Any takeaways that you guys have? Last thoughts on beating Little Brother again?
I wish I could do it again, man. It was so much fun. All day, dude. It's so much fun. That was my first A&M game. I mean, Jono, you'd been before, right?
Yeah, I've been back in the day, Big 12 days. But this one had a little different buzz to it for sure. It's been a long time since we've been back in the crib facing A&M.
As a Texas fan, if you go to that game and then show up to another game and act awkward when people are yelling, like, what is your problem? Like, you know that we can be that. Stop standing around and being an idiot.
Yes.
Like all the time when we're yelling at a game and they're like turning around like, ugh. Like
that happened so much where we were.
Oh,
like
really?
People just kept turning around, and honestly, we were the hype people in our section. Like, because there were some young guys that came in. We were yelling, and then I was like, boys, I'm losing my voice. It's second half right now. I'm going to need some help. And we got them all riled up. It was.
We even got the security guard riled up too, dude.
Yeah, we had the security guard going, dude. We did everything we could to get that place loud. It was. It's fun. We're going to have our own section.
Brad was getting the security guy to help him get more beers. He'd only let you buy 2 at a time, so he went and bought 2, went and gave him the security guard, then went back and got 2 more, and then came back.
That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
Someone just asked a question: is Texas versus Baylor bowl game possible? Probably not. The only possibility of playing a Big 12 team, I think, is the Texas Bowl.
Baylor's not even bowl bound.
Baylor's
got 5 wins.
Baylor's got to have that record first. But as far as Big 12 goes, the only Big 12 projection that I saw last time was Iowa State at the Texas Bowl. But I don't think that's happening.
Big 12 still plays football?
Yeah, I guess.
haven't even looked over
there's a couple teams that do apparently, but Jets beat the Falcons. Holy smokes!
Texans got the dub. 2016. 2016 over the Colts.
What about the Rams? Did they lose?
Yeah, Panthers got the dub on the road or at home.
The Chicago Bears are number 1 in the NFC.
Caleb Williams. Who would have thought?
Hey, are you benching Stroud?
Am I benching Stroud?
That guy sucked in the first half.
Dude, he's fine. Yeah. With the defense that the Texans have, it doesn't matter. Just don't turn the ball over Stroud.
The defense they have, bro.
I mean, he almost had 300 yards passing today.
Well, that's, in the second half, first half.
He got going.
He was throwing the ball to everyone. Like, the mascots, the other team, like first half, he's going to everybody.
Look, he might still be in concussion protocol.
Okay.
And he was able to shake off the cobwebs in the second half. He's fine.
He needs to get with Arch and concussion right there.
Yeah, he needs to get with Arch and figure out what medicine he used after his concussion, because that flipped the switch over there. All right, let's do bowl, like basically the college picture of where we're at right now. So this is the picture I got right now. Let's see if we go here. Yeah, so you guys can't see it on TikTok, but you can see it on YouTube. So Notre Dame, number 9, playing OU, number 8. Ohio State being number 1. Now, again, these are not official. It comes out Tuesday. This is kind of just a projection, the best projection that I've seen so far. Notre Dame and OU would play, and then the winner of that would play Ohio State. Oregon playing Tulane, with the winner of that playing Texas Tech. Texas Tech would not host a playoff game at that point. A&M playing Bama, currently projected. The winner of that would play Indiana, and then Miss playing Virginia currently, and the winner of that would play Georgia. Now, there's a lot to happen next week with a lot of this playoff stuff. So if Virginia loses, Virginia is playing Duke. SMU lost last night to California. Crazy. So they're out now. So now the championship game for the ACC is Virginia and Duke, who has 5 losses. If Duke somehow wins that game against Virginia, the ACC might not have – they won't have the championship get in, for sure. The champion of their conference will not be getting in. Their only shot would be Miami. So that's one key, which means there could be 2 at-large bids come in, which Tulane is one of them. That's talks. James Madison is another one, and UNT, who just lost their football coach to Oklahoma State. So there's a lot of little – and I've heard talks if Bama loses, that could possibly knock them out. If they get smoked by Georgia, I've heard talks of that could knock Alabama all the way out, which then is going to create real muddy waters because the playoff committee decided, for whatever reason, to put Notre Dame at 10 the first week the playoff projections came out. But they got beat by Miami, who they put right behind them. And now Miami has continued to play well. And now they're in this conundrum of, oh, wait, we said head-to-head matters last year. What happens if Notre Dame's still in and Miami's the first one out?
It's like us with Vandy ahead of us.
Correct. And it's going to be interesting. Now, Vandy, I think, is a little bit different story because Vandy only has 2 losses. We have 3. But then we go back to this, and I know, you know what, I'll start talking about Sark's little speech at the end. Number 1, I loved it. Number 2, I don't think he was necessarily – he was giving a speech and a reason for Texas to be in the playoffs, right? But I think it was also, number 1, it's a recruiting ploy. He is showing the guys like, hey, I'm going to fight tooth and nail to the end. But also he's asking clarification from the committee of, do these big games at the beginning of the season, non-conference, matter? Because if not, we might not be playing Ohio State next year.
Cancel them.
Yeah, Ohio State, done. Michigan, maybe. Notre Dame, for sure, we're keeping those on. Yeah, we'll keep Notre Dame on that schedule for sure. But, I mean, there's no reason to play Ohio State next year. There really isn't. I mean, we will go play, let's see, who else? Citadel, Austin P.
Stanford.
Stephen F. Austin. That's a great school. We'd love to give $1 million to them to play football.
I mean, if ACC wants to field a team, we'll play them.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct. You know what? Let's have tryouts. Let's start fielding tryouts for a team that's going to play Texas in the first game of the season. Because at the end of the day, if we don't play that game, we're in the playoffs right now. Like that's guaranteed, and no one in this chat, no one can deny that. So Sark is asking, I need clarification because if you don't want us scheduling these games, then we'll cancel them and be done with it. So I don't know y'all's thoughts on that, but I love the speech. But we're really getting. Everyone keeps saying Florida. Go look at Florida's schedule. Florida played. Let me find this. Because Florida, at the time that they played them, I think they played 8 top-ranked teams at the time that they played them. Like, sure, Florida's not a great football team. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the record is the way it is because they went through an absolute gauntlet of a season.
Yeah, it's the gauntlet that we've been talking about as like a poster child for how terrible the SEC is for the last 2 years.
Correct.
Yeah, it's understandable if their record shows that. And they played a lot of people close. I'm not making an excuse. We lost to them, and that's what we have to suffer that. We should have beat Florida. We should have.
Jono, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I'm with you on that. I mean, we shouldn't have lost Florida at the end of the day. That's what it's going to come down to. But I do get the argument on the non-conference games. If you're going to penalize people for scheduling these bigger matchups. What's the point of even doing it? Like you said, I mean, just schedule a gimme, get your wins where you can get them, and move on through your conference. I would hate to see that personally. I love the early season matchups, week 1, week 2, where you're getting to see two powerhouse programs play each other. I mean, that's what, as a fan, that's what you want to see. But if it's going to continue to come down to this, I think, we've seen it multiple years with the playoffs where that's been a case with the non-conference schedule. So, yeah, I mean, it's tough at the end of the day. If we can't lose to Florida, we wouldn't be having this issue right now, but it happened. And it's unfortunate, we're going to have a whole bunch of pieces fall for us to find a way to sneak in. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it all unfolds because people are going to start switching their schedules around for sure if this is the case.
All I'm saying is A&M plays that same schedule that they played. Doesn't turn out the same. That's all I'm saying. Florida, they have a couple more losses on the record than they play Florida's schedule. That's all I'm saying. All you people in here saying, "Oh, Florida sucks." Okay, go play that schedule. They do suck, but go play that schedule. You wouldn't be 11-1. That feels good. Not 12-0. All right, so I don't know what's going to happen with the rest of this playoff stuff because Miami, Texas is out. Like it'd be weird if Texas made it, to be honest. But the Miami thing, Alabama loses, that's going to create a lot of chaos. And if Virginia loses, that's a whole lot of chaos.
Yeah, it's gonna come down for sure. I mean, like Miami and that's a weird scenario there with Miami and Notre Dame, man. I mean, like you said, the playoffs already showed their hand and are giving the nod to Notre Dame at this point. It's like, can you really flip the script now and switch that when both of these teams are going to be sitting at home, for the next week and a half, 2 weeks until these final rankings come out?
I feel like they can't budge. They're just like, they'd be showing their hand that they messed up if they did that.
Right. So I think it's going to stick to it. And I think Miami's going to get screwed somehow. I mean, best case scenario for the committee is Virginia wins and Virginia is able to get in. And then their argument is we're getting the ACC champion in and we don't have to worry about Miami. Worst case scenario for them is Duke wins and all hell breaks loose with those last few spots. And especially if Duke wins and, somehow Georgia wins pretty easily against Bama, then you got Bama falling back where it's going to be a little chaotic there on that backside.
So I see this comment on YouTube. New Mexico Lobos should be playing UNLV in the Mountain West Championship. Have you guys seen this?
No, I saw the comment.
So UNLV is 6-2. Basically, the Mountain West Conference has 4 teams, 1, 2, 3, 4 teams at 6-2, right? UNLV is out by tiebreaker of conference, but they are the only 10-2 football team. Everyone else is 9-3 or 8-4, and UNLV is out. And I saw what's his name, Dan Mullen, I think it is. I think that's a coach. He's over there crying. We should be in, but that's the way your conference championship does work.
Yeah.
Don't schedule weird out of conference games, I guess, or when you're.
You gotta take care of conference games.
Yeah.
Same thing we're dealing with.
I mean, sorry about you, but that's no. Sorry. Like we're talking about Mountain West Conference. Like you got to beat your own. Which, by the way, speaking of teams that no one cares about, Harding,
Clint Eastwood eyes right now.
My boys at Harding, they're on to the 3rd round of the playoffs. Hell yeah, boys. Hell yeah.
Huge.
Number 2 in D2. They're cruising along. You want to know what play they're going to run? They're going to run it. And then they're going to run it again. I think they have a total of 27 passing plays on the season in 13 games that they've played. So they're over 6,000 yards rushing. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, well, they just run the ball back and forth and let the other team score. No, they average giving up 8.4 points a game also. These boys hammer the rock, and it is impressive to watch. So hopefully I'll be able to also go to another D2 championship in Dallas this year. Let me move back here. All right.
So you got to be careful about leaving your tabs up on
I
there for
know.
that long for
I
people to
know.
look at.
I know. What do we got? No. This is all research from the radio show I did this morning. Like I was up, dude. He was like, "We're doing NFL," and I went, "It's gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a problem because I haven't watched a lick of NFL. I could talk my Dallas Cowboys trash all you want. I could just do that at a wall. But when you start actually talking about football games for the NFL right now, I've just not had time.
As you
to
can
do
tell from
any of
TJ's
that.
fantasy teams,
Hold on, bud. That one group, sure, fine.
that's the only
But
one I know.
the rest of them,
Okay.
yeah. Look at one of mine was 2-7.
I've just
Had
been
most-
shocked. You've been competitive all the other years, and this year all of a sudden you dropped off.
Well-
Everybody gets to have a down year. It's cool.
Yeah, that's right. Look, it happens. I mean, Brad's draft, and he's number one in our little conference thing we got there. He's number one. He was only drafting Texas players. Like he drafted Gunnar Helm and Quinn Ewers.
Sounds like a
And all his
solid
yeah,
strategy.
and I think half of his team that he drafted isn't even on his team anymore. So let's not talk about that league right now, okay? Get me all
I
fired
don't
up.
feel like you made yourself sound any better right there.
Yeah, I was about to say.
How? My point is the strategy in that league is a completely different league than every other fantasy. Like if you're playing fantasy football, you play a normal league. This league, we had to like dumb it down a little bit just because y'all were playing like a dynasty. We got 7 quarterbacks on our rosters. That's exaggerating, but you got like 4 flexes, and it's like, all right, guys, we're playing redraft here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to really dive into that league. Okay, let's do that. I'm not doing that because that's going to start a whole lot of drama. So we're not going to we're not going to get into that. Coaching. Let me see if we got anything in the chat that's worth even
Yeah, I was just trying to scroll
even
through.
read here. Yeah, but they beat A&M at home. Look, Texas fans, if you're in here trying to you're arguing with a wall with these people. Like they just want to argue. They're just trying to rile you up.
These people.
Don't you worry about that. We beat Vandy, OU, and A&M, so that will really look good for us. And Sark has the upper hand. I mean, at the end of the day, sure. Like I appreciate the fight there. It's just probably not going to happen. If you are watching on TikTok, make sure you smash the screen for a little bit. Let's all practice to see how many hearts we can get. We'd appreciate that. Helps the stream out. YouTube, Twitch, make sure you're liking the video. We appreciate you all joining. If you haven't done so yet, today is the last day to get your $20 hats at laststandhats.com. All the hats are $20. Don't need a promo code. Go to laststandhats.com. Get all the hats you want for Christmas. The sale ends today. November 30th. Sale ends today. So go check them out. Little brother always remains little brother. Aggie and not reading that. All right, let's calm it down in the chat a little bit, kids. All right, let's calm it down a little bit. Coaching. There's been a lot of coaching carousel happen today. Kiffin to LSU, and then Jono, you read something right before we went on stream. What's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, we were trying to figure out. It sounded like he's going to take the whole offensive staff with him. He wanted to coach in the playoffs, from what we're hearing, and Ole Miss denied that a chance for him to coach out through the rest of the season. So all hell's breaking loose for Ole Miss right now, dude. What a disaster scenario for them when they're about to go into the playoffs here. It's going to be interesting to see how it all falls. I haven't found an official report if that interim tag is still there in Ole Miss or if they're still looking around. I haven't found like super credible source on that. So we won't say that yet, but dude,
Who
that
cares?
whole scenario, freaking Marty Smith in the Ole Miss, dude was grinding for like 72 hours. It just kept going to him, and he was like, "Yep, I'm still here." Yeah. Like, Kevin's doing yoga right now, and I was like, dude was grinding to make sure he was breaking the news. But god dang, dude, what a scenario that is unfolding with Ole Miss and LSU.
Having to sit there and text Kiffin like, "Hey, dude, please God, make an announcement."
I want to go home, dude.
I want to go home.
I just want to see my kid.
So Kiffin to LSU, I don't know what they're going to do because there was a whole lot of chaos that happened today. So Arkansas, Jacob Garrison texted me, our Arkansas fan, and is pissed at their AD because they screwed up the South Florida coach Golish, He is now
Yeah.
the Auburn head coach, and they have
Yep.
hired Arkansas has now hired Ryan Silverfield from Memphis. So
Oh, I have not heard about Memphis.
yes, that's
Yeah.
who they just hired.
Okay.
So I from what I heard, Arkansas Golish was
Homers
pissed.
out there.
Golish was pissed that they released that he was leaving before the end of the season. That's what I had heard. And so he's like,
get
"Yep,
that.
I'm out." And so he went to Auburn. Florida hires Tulane's John Summerall.
He's pissed, but he still goes ahead and leaves.
No, he was going to leave,
Yeah.
but he was mad that they broke the news. Like, yeah, so he's like, "Okay, well,
Yeah.
I can't trust them. I'm out." So I guess it's a reverse Kiffin, if you will.
You threw me under the bus for what I was already doing.
LSU's out here, like there's all ex-players saying, "I don't trust Kiffin. You can't trust this man. He's just gonna talk all his mess." Which we've talked about this before. Kiffin is a guy. If he's not your head coach, you love watching him at press conferences. You love watching the way he does it. But if he's your head coach, he will drive you mad. Like I don't know. I could not be able to handle that. Nope, not going to be able to handle that.
I mean, yeah, he's a great Twitter follow. But
Correct.
This is exactly why you wouldn't want him as your head coach. I mean,
like-
Jaron's going through it right now.
It's like a
and
Brandon.
he's
Yeah,
been.
dude.
We've been talking to him about this for like 2 years. Like, dude, Kiffin's gonna leave.
Yeah.
He's nah. We got the money. Dude. No.
It doesn't
doesn't
make
care.
it really doesn't make sense for him to leave, but I think he was fed up with the fan base, not showing up to certain games, like smaller games. I think he was fed up with that, and so he wanted to move on. So, I mean,
Dude, it's just such a risky move, man. He's in a great spot. He's established success. The fan base loves him as their coach right now. Like, he's risking everything to go. Like, he's in a different South. He's in like, yeah, Mississippi's got rednecks, but it's not like going down to Cajun Town. And if he doesn't get it rolling, they're gonna crucify him. Like, yeah, too much risk.
He's just going to chill there for a couple of years until the Bama job opens, and then he'll move over to Bama after.
I mean that opening is that's the thing. Like LSU at this point with Kiffin, you're gonna have to put some clauses in, like on leaving and all that. It's a weird move. Well, I guess it's not really weird. We talked about it on the radio show this morning about Kiffin wanting to coach the playoff game. But I guess you can't really, you're giving him more time to recruit the players he's coaching. Like if they know he's leaving, you're sitting there just letting him do his own recruiting in your own house. Time to clean that out. So it sucks. We'll see how Ole Miss does in the playoffs, but that's it's going to be weird. And the problem is the NCAA is the one that created all this. It's not the coaches, not any of that. Having the transfer portal and having the recruiting the time that it is for letters of intent, that stuff's got to move back to the actual offseason away from the playoffs. Like we've got to get away from that. Otherwise, you're just going to keep having the same thing happen over and over. That's why coaches are leaving right now, because they've got to get into the new facilities, start recruiting, start getting the transfer portal going, because this is the time now to be able to do that. Teams that are in the playoffs, it's a struggle. And being a head coach, I don't know how Sark or any of these head coaches do what they do with recruiting, trying to get transfer portal, all that. There's a lot going on. I see you reading chat. Don't even. I basically have gotten to a point where I'm just like, yeah, yep, no, not. Which one did you see?
It's just dumb. Mike Elko to Penn State, Jimbo back to A&M.
Yeah, there it is. There it
What?
is. Yes.
What?
There it is.
Dude,
Yes.
Penn State better get a move on it, man. Over this last 48 hours, there's been a lot of big name coaches shifting around, and I feel like Penn State was the first one, to really let go of Franklin earlier in the season. And I feel like I haven't heard anything coming. I don't know who they're waiting for. Maybe
Kalen DeBoer is going to Penn State, man. You didn't hear it?
Yeah, I was about to say maybe that's why they're waiting for some of these playoff teams to end their season. But I don't know. I feel like I haven't heard anything out of Penn State. It'll be interesting to see, though, if Ole Miss does end up going with Golding. I know that they said he'll have the interim tag going into the playoffs, but if they do decide to go with him, that'll be kind of an interesting, kind of conservative hire. But I mean, I think he's a good coach as well, but going from Kiffin to him just doesn't really quite have the same pop.
I see a question here. Who do I root for if I'm a Texas fan for next week's games? I mean, you root for
You just want to watch the
Georgia.
world burn.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was about to
Georgia,
say, let's just
Chaos.
Duke,
Duke,
Notre Dame. Oh wait,
Georgia.
they're not in a damn conference still. What do you know? Make them. You've got to make Notre Dame
You
get
got
in
to
the
force
conference.
them,
You've
dude.
got to do it.
Force them in somewhere.
You say you join a conference, or we will have your own national championship, and guess what? You'll be the only one to show up every year. No, you
I
won't
think
play
you do.
anybody.
You do got to penalize them somehow for not being in a conference.
Right.
Like, what's the freaking point? Just go independent then. Like you got to find a way to put something in there to keep Notre Dame from just coasting in year after year.
Producer Joe says, "Let's go Cavaliers." Written for
Yeah.
Virginia. Look at
Yeah,
for
he's a
me,
big Virginia guy.
I'm rooting for UNT, but we talked about it on the radio this morning, dude. We gotta stop this whole we gotta let all these conference champions in. Let's get rid of that. Like, let's just make it the top ranked teams. Like, eventually, I think conference games go out the window, where you have an end of season conference champion. Whoever wins the tiebreaker, you're the champion. No one really cares about the championship games anymore. It doesn't mean anything. People are trying to avoid them, to be honest, at this point. I think conference games eventually will go out the window, especially if they can't. Like, if Alabama gets smoked by Georgia, and Alabama happens to be pushed out of the playoffs because of that, no one's going to even play. They're just going to forfeit. They're not. There's no reason to play that then at that point.
Dude, speaking of Bama, did y'all watch the Iron Bowl last night?
Yes.
Watch
Yeah.
Auburn choke.
Auburn
at the very
did
end.
everything they could to just hand that
I
game
know.
away. They couldn't catch a football at all. It's going through their hands, off their face mask. Like, Auburn did everything
Bobbling
they could.
punch. Oh my gosh, dude.
They played a great game except for all of that. Like, you catch the ball.
Fans did their part, man.
They
That
did.
stadium was hopping. That was a fun game to watch. But yeah, dude, that fumble by Coleman at the end was just brutal. Absolutely brutal. No, but get out to your point, dude. They're like with the conference champions, like, yeah, for sure. You're going to see, we saw it last year. We're seeing it again this year. It's like, dude, you're almost better off being like an Ole Miss where you're cruising in third,
Correct.
in your conference, and then you're just staying underneath the radar, getting in, hosting a game, and then you got the last thing Ohio State and Indiana want to do right now is play each other. Neither one of them want that game to happen. So it's just like, yeah, I mean, I don't know how you can fix it other than, like you said, you just do a regular season champion and eliminate the conference champion. But I don't see that happening anytime soon.
If by a miracle, by an absolute miracle, Texas makes it in, there's one game that I see could happen that I don't want any part of going to. Texas traveling to Norman. We've talked about this before.
You wouldn't want to go?
Dude, no. Those country bumpkins would just drag everyone through the streets. Absolutely. Look, I'm always about a little hostile environment, a little bit.
Bro.
But you go to their house, woo!
I was sitting at Buffalo Wild Wings watching the 2009 National Championship in Norman, Oklahoma, and that was brutal, but...
Bro, going to a Buffalo Wild Wings...
It was hostile.
I believe it. Imagine going to the
only
game.
orange shirt in the entire building, and they could not stop yapping.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. What is fishing buddies? Shut your damn mouth. Texas. He says, "Go Dogs." Texas needs a quarterback. There it is. There it is. Yeah, there's another educated football fan. Yeah, Texas needs a quarterback.
What do you think? What do y'all think the committee does to Ole Miss with this?
I've been thinking about this because, Florida State,
right?
They kicked them out because basically they were like, well, with what they had. Now, player is different than coach, but you start,
offensive staff gone? Like, that doesn't factor into somebody's team?
That is true.
I think, what does that mean? We on timer?
Yeah, I guess there's a timer. Unable to verify track. I have to put a puzzle together for TikTok because it says I'm not active. What do you
put it together?
How
DJ,
exactly?
Come on.
How much do I have to make this happen?
Why are your hands so shaky,
My
dude?
God. TikTok apparently
I think-
has. Yeah, that's the first time that's happened.
Kindergarten riddles to keep your live going.
I think if Ole Miss was closer to the bubble, I think it would make a big difference. But I think Ole Miss is firmly in. I just think there's no way that you can bump them out at this point. Like that would be such a horrible look for the committee. I think if they're on the bubble and they're sitting there and they're still up for grabs. You have a Notre Dame Miami type. I think you do factor that in. But right now, it's Ole Miss is in.
If you do that, you got to kick UNT out too.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be coaching. Yeah, that's true.
So
what else? That whole coaching carousel stuff right now sucks.
It's getting a little crazy, dude.
Can you imagine how pissed off the Ole Miss players are at Kiffin right now?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I mean, I wonder what that see. This is the other thing. That transfer portal soon, and they could transfer out before the playoffs really start going.
It's crazy to think.
This is going to be the craziest portal we've ever seen.
Yep. Well, buckle up. If you guys got good offensive linemen, you let us know. We're looking. All right. You guys got anything else before we head out?
Just that I went 5-0 in my picks this week.
We don't have to talk about that. All right.
I'm just going to toss that in there real quick.
This is regular season finish. Jono finishes 5-0 for the week, finishes at 22 wins for the season. Seth went 3-2, finishes with 19 wins for the season, and I finished 4-1 with 18 wins. And if you think the regular season is the only time we're stopping, I don't think so. We're doing a playoff, boys. Doing a playoff between Seth and Jono. So you guys are going to both go back and forth picking bowl games. You're both going to pick 10 bowl games and pick a winner. Winner of that gets the prize. You boys know what the prize is already, so.
Wait, why aren't you playing?
Well, because it's playoffs, and I don't really want the prize. So you guys got to play for it. I mean, I'll play.
What if I don't want the prize?
Okay, fine. I'll play just to play. But I didn't want this whole, you're just changing the rules again just so you can win. All right, so I'm bowing out just so you guys know. There's no funny business here, okay? I want to give Seth a chance to get back into the lead there after he had it stolen away for the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, that's the way we'll do it. So we're
doing conference champions or we're doing bowl games?
Let's pick conference champions, I guess. Let's do that.
Okay.
Conference champions.
I got to do some research.
You're gonna do it right now?
No. I'll do it.
Okay. I was like, good God.
I'll do some research. I'm not gonna do them right now. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll do. We'll definitely go live. We're talking about going live after the championship for the selection show on Sunday, I believe it is. So we'll do that and then kind of go from there. Figure out what bowl game Texas is going to go to, and we'll do another pod for the end of the season. Also, number one, we appreciate you going live on TikTok Live. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you smash the hearts. I see you guys smashing it. I appreciate it a lot. We appreciate you guys joining. If you're not following, please hit that follow button. Same thing on Twitch and YouTube. We appreciate you guys staying strong over there. You guys have been great all season. We appreciate you guys joining. Make sure to go to guysoftexas.com. All of our socials are on there. Go follow us on all of our socials. Then make sure you go to laststandhats.com. The sale ends today. $20 hats across the board. Go get all your hats. They don't have just Texas hats. They've got all kinds of schools on there. Go find a school. I think they have UNT stuff on there. Go get some UNT gear for the playoffs. Go to laststandhats.com. But next season, for baseball season, I think I'm going to start up doing baseball for the Texas Longhorns following that. So make sure you're following on socials. We'll start getting into baseball season here soon as well. May have a special co-host come on. Still working on the logistics on that, but we'll get that all figured out. Peyton said, can I get a shout out? There you go. Hook 'em horns.
Shout out Peyton.
Shout out Peyton. Boys, it's been a great season so far. Great regular season. I appreciate you guys so much. It's been an absolute blast. Until next weekend, I guess. We'll see you guys around. Hook 'em horns, baby.
Hook 'em.
Hook 'em.
Huh.